Hi, I'm Trish. As promised, here's my update for the clinic appointment that I went to today. I am 1 month and 2 days post-op from having my lap band removed, and I went and saw the surgeon today. I am roasting. Went and saw the surgeon today. He's happy. I'm happy. I had some good news and some bad news. Since I've had my lap band removed, I have got my reflux back. It's not burning, I don't have the heartburn, but I have been taking Pariet every day. Oh my God, it wasn't hot till I started making the video. So yeah, I've been taking Pariet every day, so I don't get the heartburn, but I've got the reflux. It's coming up, I can feel it coming up my throat. So if you have reflux, that is a contraindication of being sleeved, because it will just make the reflux worse. Oh, I got the sweats. So he said that that can sometimes be just a result of having the lap band removed, and it can be transient, or sometimes it can be, he called it chronic. I think what he meant by that is permanent damage, but it can just take time to right itself. So I have to have esophageal manometry done, which is where they put this big tube down your throat and down your esophagus, and they measure the pressure of the contractions of your esophagus around that, the peristalsis that makes the food go through. And that is, I've had that done before many years ago, and it's extremely unpleasant, very, very, very unpleasant. And I have had a gastroscopy awake. It was worse than that. But it's only 10 minutes, and I know I'll get through it. I got through it last time, I'll get through it again. Plus I have to have the pH monitoring done, which is a smaller tube that they put up through your nose and down again, down your esophagus, and they leave it there for 24 hours. I don't have to be in the hospital to have that done. They can just set that up, send me home with a little computer thing on my hip to measure it all, and then I go back the next day and have it all removed, and then go back to the clinic. 6 weeks from today I have an appointment, and depending on the results of those tests, they will book me in for a sleeve or bypass. And I asked him why my reflux has come back, and he said that with lap bands, what can happen is, because the lap band's around the top part of your stomach and it's so tight, your esophagus has to work harder to push the food through, and it can damage the esophagus. And I did know that was a possibility. I just hoped it wouldn't happen to me, but maybe it has, and I'll be really pissed if it has. But what's done is done. So, and with that appointment, he said that he would send through the paperwork, because I've got to have it done. It won't be done at the Alfred, it'll be done at this little place next to the Avenue Hospital in Windsor, all as a public patient. So by the time it only took as long as I left there, I made a new appointment, I went to the toilet, paid for my parking, got in my car, my phone rang, and it was the lady from the Avenue already to book me an appointment. So my appointment is next week, because I have to have not taken my Pariet, which is my anti-reflux medication, for 10 days. And in the meantime, if I do start to get the burning, I'm allowed to take, like Mylanta or Gaviscon, Rennies. My what are they called? Anti-reflux, heartburn medications of choice are Rennies and Mylanta. So I'll just get myself a bottle of Mylanta. I'm pretty sure I've got plenty of Rennies there. They're always there. This is my favourite kind of video to make. The kind where I've got to do it multiple times. So this is take 2 on this one, because the phone just kept falling down, and I actually got video, but I can't use it because it's really blurry and I don't know why. So here it is again, but luckily for you it's nice and fresh, because you've already seen it for the first time. I spoke to him about Optifast. I told him that I just couldn't tolerate the Optifast anymore. And he initially thought that I meant that I couldn't deal with the taste of it. And I said to him, no, I actually really like the taste of Optifast. But it's coming out as soon as it's going in. And So I said to him that would it be okay if I just did like normal food keto instead? And he said it's not actually about the ketosis, it's about the very low calories. And I said to him, you know, that's all right. I'll see a dietitian if I have to, and I'll just make sure that I get like the same amount of protein and the same amount of calories and, you know, low carb and all that sort of stuff, the same as Optifast, although Optifast isn't low carb. But anyway, I'll work it all out. I don't have to do Optifast. He said he will be happy as long as I lose 2 to 3 kilos a week over 4 weeks. Not 2, 4 weeks. So, but you know, if I have to do it, I'll do it. And I know that I can do keto for a short period of time like that. He asked me if I was currently doing keto, and I said no. You know, obviously not. I've gained 6.6 kilos since the surgery. And he asked if I could do keto from now until the surgery as a means to keeping my weight down. And I said to him, no, it's not a sustainable solution for me. Otherwise, you know, if I could do that, I wouldn't need revisional surgery. And he was completely 1,000,000% understanding about that. I full kudos to the Alfred Hospital and all of the surgeons there, everyone. They are completely understanding that obesity is an illness, and without treatment, it's much too difficult to manage. So there was no judgment from him. When I said that to him, he just said, "Yeah, okay, that's fine." So I will still try to eat as healthy as possible most of the time to minimise weight gain, but I have accepted that without treatment, it's inevitable that I am going to gain some more weight. I've just got to try to minimise it. I also spoke to him about the gym because no one told me that I could or couldn't go to the gym. Well, they sort of did, but I know from previous surgeries they're always really strict on, you know, 6 weeks before you can go back to the gym, and that pisses me off. Because then I say to them, oh, but can I go for walks? And they say yes. And I say, okay, so I can go to the gym and get on the treadmill and walk. And they say no. My body doesn't know the difference between walking outside and walking on a treadmill. And at least if I'm on a treadmill, I can time it and I can set the speed and, you know, make sure that there's no incline and everything. So this time, because you'll all know, or you might not, but I'm telling you now, after surgeries, I go through a bit of a period of the post-op blues, and it's not nice. And I've actually been through some very, very, very severe depressions after surgeries, and I did not want that to happen this time. So I went back to the gym on day 6, and I'm 1 month and 2 days out now, and I've not had a depression, like nothing relating to my surgery anyway. I have had a day, one or maybe 2 days, where I just had a day where I just cried pathetically all day and hated my life, but that had nothing to do with the surgery. That was just I just needed to take a day, and then I was fine the next day. And I think that I've not had those post-op blues because I was back in the gym and getting all those endorphins and everything going. I think that really, really helped me. So, but yes, I don't lie easily. I can lie, but it does not come easy to me. I'm more likely to just blurt out the truth. And so I went into this appointment fully intending to pretend that I hadn't been to the gym because I didn't want to get in trouble, and I wanted to do the whole, so, you know, when can I go back to the gym? Because I just want to know when I can do weights again, because I haven't been doing weights. And so I've gone in and I've said, when can I go back to the gym? And actually, I went back to the gym a week after the surgery, and he's getting into my head. I'm thinking, what are you doing? And the surgeon's gone, what? And I said, no, it's all right. I just did like really, really super light cardio and like the super easiest yoga stretches that I know. I've done no core work. I've done no weights. And he said, okay, well, you know, you can do whatever cardio you want now. That's fine. There's no restrictions on the cardio. He said, but you have to wait another week to do core work and weights. And I said, yeah, that's okay. That's what I was thinking. So I sort of got in a little bit of trouble there, but everything's okay. And I think, I'm hoping because I'm trying to remember what I made in the second video that I made for this video, and I think I've covered it all. Otherwise, you're going to get footage after this of me probably in my pyjamas in 3 days' time crying, trying to fix it all up. Oh my God, this fucking video. I've changed the orientation of the camera because I've charged it up for longer this time, and now I'm stuck in my room because my son's got his little friends over. They're all in their 20s, but they'll always be his little friends to me. So that out of the way. Oh, and I wrote myself a list. I brought it down to my room. Can't see it because I haven't got my glasses on. I asked him about the surgery and he said it all went well. He said he had to take down a lot of adhesions, and I expected that because 2 years ago, or well, over 2 years ago, when I had my first revision surgery where they left the lap band in, they took down a lot of adhesions between my stomach and my liver and my stomach and the diaphragm, and they had to do the same again this time. That's just something that happens. Once you get those initial adhesions, they're like weeds. They just come back. So they're probably already growing back now. So he had to do that. And also when they take the lap band out, it's stitched in, he said, with 4 stitches. And, you know, like you get scar tissue growing around it and everything, so they had to release all that and all that sort of stuff. So, and I said to him, because that surgery was a lot worse than actually having the lap band put in. And he said, yeah, it will be. It will be. So that seems to be par for the course. I was surprised. I don't know why I didn't know that would happen, but now I do. And now I'm telling you. Doesn't mean it will be the same for you, but very possibly. So get ready for that if you're having your lap band taken out. What else? The time frame till surgery. I was told when I spoke to the waiting list, I've been told a couple of things from the waiting list office by 2 different people. One person said they're trying to push through the revisions as quickly as possible because they realise that letting people go for too long between having lap band removed and revision surgery, they're gaining too much weight. So it just makes it a compounded problem. But then I spoke to someone else, again, and I'm talking about over the last few months, and they said, no, it's around about she told me in days and I worked it out, it was about a 10-month wait, a minimum 10-month wait. And I thought, well, fuck me, that's great, because, you know, by the time you do all the appointments and everything, it's just going to stretch out. And I was just so worried about how much weight I would gain in that time. But talking to the surgeon today, because I said to him, I said, can you please put me on the waiting list now? You know, like just put me down for a sleeve or something. And then when we get the results of the test back, if I can't have a sleeve and I have to have bypass, can you just change it? I said, because all this takes time, you know, like I've got to come back, I've got to go and have an appointment, and then I've got to wait, and then I've got to come back and then get on the waiting list and whatever. And he said to me, in the whole grand scheme of things, six weeks doesn't make that much difference. And I said to him, yeah, but I've already gained over 6 kilos just in the last month. Imagine how much worse it's going to get. You know, I've already had my boobs done, and I've had a tummy tuck, and I've already gained so much weight. It's just going to be ruined, and I can never have that done again. And he sort of looked a bit puzzled, and he said, yeah, but it's not that much of a wait. And I said, it's 10 months. I spoke to the waiting list office, and it's at least 10 months. And, add on to that this 6 weeks, and then another 6 weeks here for something else and whatever. And he said, no. He said, it's only a 3 to 6 month waiting time for the revisions. And I'm like, well, that's a lot more manageable. And when I think about it, when I had what did I have done this year? Oh, when I waited for my the revision surgery, the original one, and then when I was waiting to have my lap band removed this year, it was only a couple of months. It was I think maybe 3 or 4 months or something, and I think that was with a cancellation because of all that bullshit I had with the waiting on test results. So I don't think it'll be too long. I'm hopeful that it won't be too long. And, I've done my sums, and if it pans out to be about 3 months, I'll be having it done around about my birthday next year, which will be great because I had surgery just 5 days before my birthday this year, which was my 50th, and I couldn't have any kind of celebrations because, surgery And so probably, and I said, well, that's okay. I'll have a 50 plus 1. So now if it works out, if it ends up being 3 months, I'm going to have a 50 plus 2. I'm going to end up celebrating my 50th birthday on my 60th birthday. But I think they're saying that 50 is the new 60 or 60 is the new 50 or however they say it. So that doesn't bother me. I'm just glad that it's not going to stretch out. And as I said, I've already got my appointment for the tests I need done. I've already got my appointment in 6 weeks' time to go back to the clinic and find out what surgery I'm having, and he'll put me on the list then. So it's not going to be too bad. And I'm very, very, very relieved about that. I also spoke to him about, I've got a, and you'll see in my previous videos, where the scars are, I've got like a horizontal crease, and over the last few weeks it has gotten less, but I've still got that crease there, and I've got a great big dint in the middle. And I asked him about that, and he said that, because, I said to him, I said, I've had a tummy tuck done and it was nice and flat, and now it's all lumpy, and I'm not happy about it. And he said that when they remove the port, it does leave a little bit of a empty space, but he said that will fill in over time. And he had a good poke around, and he said the lumpiness there is scar tissue from where the port was removed. And I said to him, well, when you go in to do the next surgery, can you remove all of that scar tissue? And he said, yeah, no problem. He said, that's the least of my worries. And I said, well, it's my biggest worry at the moment. So I'm not worried about that. I'll just deal with that for a few months. And like it's easier to deal with it knowing that it's not permanent, that he's going to fix that up. So that's fine. And I won't show videos or anything, because you've already seen it in the previous videos, and it's not as bad as it was. But if anyone particularly wants a video or photos of that or whatever, let me know, and I'll pop them into my next video. And I think that was all. I was pretty happy with how that appointment went. And I will update next week. I'll make a video about the esophageal manometry. I'll try not to cry when I'm doing it. I'm not looking forward to it, because it is extremely unpleasant. And I'll pop when I do the video, I'll try to do it with the thing up my nose so you can see what that looks like as well. So that'll be my next video. And I'm sorry that this video is such a mess. Some of them just work out like this, don't they? So anyway, I'll talk to you next week. Hi. Fucking shit. Fucking. This is going to drive me insane. Fucking insane. This is turning out to be one of those videos that I think I shouldn't be making. My phone went dead, and then I charged it and tried to fix my lipstick and it wouldn't work, and then I set my phone up and it fell off, and I'm probably cutting off the top of my head. Anyway, to the gym after 6 days, because I knew I'd do it. If my phone falls down again, you're not getting this video.